guys, welcome back to another video. My name's Sarah if you're new here. This is grocery haul day, but I did not do a grocery haul. I love, if you haven't been around here, I love to film a once a month grocery haul because I typically do almost all my grocery shopping at the beginning of the month. I love to build up a pantry, build up my freezer, so I'm never running to the store for little odds and ends. It helps me save a lot of money, and it helps me eat healthy, keep my family eating healthy, all that jazz. We have 11 children, my husband and I. I do also really like to skip some months. Just try to challenge us to get through the month without buying any groceries. It saves a lot of money. It also helps us really look hard through our freezers, make sure nothing is getting passed up over and over and going bad. It helps us to check our pantries and just make sure we're eating through things. So it actually is so beneficial for us to do it. And I always get asked, well, the next month will you have to spend so much money to build up your pantry again? Generally, no. Maybe a little more the next month. If I only do it for 1 month, usually I don't have to spend a lot extra in the following months. Today, I'm going to show you where we're at with our food. We're several days into the month here. There's noise around here because we have a small house. There's nowhere for me to hide to film this. There are children all around me. Yep, yep, they say. But I'm gonna show you the state of our, maybe our fridge, but our freezers and our pantry, and let you know what I've spent so far. Generally, every month, we have been spending the last number of months, we've been spending close to $2,000 a month. We were at $1,500 for a long time, but these grocery prices are just, they're different. And I can't stay at $1,500 a month anymore. So going forward in 2024, we're gonna be about $2,000 a month budget. So this month I'm hoping to only do the very, very bare minimum, which we have spent some so far. So I'll let you know about that. And as we go throughout the month, my Saturday videos are generally focused more on food and prepping and all of the good things, eating healthy, feeding my family healthy. And so as we go about the Saturdays this month, I'll update you a little bit on what we have had to spend. First of all, we have fruit, which is good. Fruit is big here in our house. My kids do love fruit and we eat it a lot for snacking. They're allowed to just have fruit anytime, day or night that they're hungry. They can just come eat fruit. And we have gone through a lot recently, but we still have a lot because we stocked up right before Christmas. We had a lot of people coming in and out of this house, and I just wanted to make sure there was plenty of healthy things to eat. So I often do these kind of pantry challenges in January when it's sickness time, and it's not a great time to just cut down on fresh fruit and all the vitamin C. We haven't been sick this whole fall and winter so far, and I would like to keep it that way if possible. We'll eat through this fruit, but I do have a lot of frozen fruit in my freezer that you'll see in a minute. So I might be buying some fruit, but we'll also be able to get through that frozen fruit, and that'll help a lot. My fridge right now looks sort of busting at the seams. We had some extra cream for the holidays. I've got some meat thawing here, a little leftovers, some pizza crust thawing, some more meat thawing. I'd like to keep a couple meals worth of meat thawing ahead of time. We got some homemade yogurt, and there's cheese and a little vegetables, some homemade kombucha. But my fridge freezer has a lot of random stuff. In fact, last night I found a tray of chicken I didn't realize I had. I thought we used all of our chicken. So that is good news. I pulled it out. That's thawing in the fridge right now. January is also birthday month for us. So if we have to buy some extra birthday foods that the kids request, I don't take that out of my grocery budget. I take it out of our birthday budget. But we did use 2 huge trays of chicken, like those big trays from Sam's Club. We did use 2 of them for Luka's birthday the other day. He turned 17 and he wanted grilled chicken, and it was great. But we had a house full. We had extra people, and so we used a lot of chicken. So that's one thing I'm wondering if I might have to buy this month. We'll see. This inside freezer is where things get, like, we half use it and then we shove it in here, a big bag of fruit or frozen vegetables or whatever. So I'm definitely gonna focus on eating out of this first because I know less of what's in here and I wanna make sure it's getting used. We bought a couple bags of dumplings. When we went to get some supplies to make Kenyan samosas, Sola picked those up. And with Judah here from Japan, it's Japanese dumplings. We're probably gonna be making those, so those will get out of there. I'm hoping to clear this out really well. So one thing that did happen in the last couple weeks that will make it a little easier is we finally got our half a cow that we bought. We generally buy a whole cow at a time, but we've been having trouble getting a whole cow from one of our farmers locally. We have 3 or 4 that we communicate with, like, hey, when you have one, let us know. And we generally go through a whole cow with our family in just under a year. If it's a smaller cow that we get, beef, let me say, because some of you are so irritated when I say cow. If it's a smaller beef, and I understand, I need to use the right language, then it might not last us even more than half a year. We were only able to get a half, but we have some prospects for the spring, so hopefully it'll just last us till the spring. Filling up our freezer with beef definitely helped. If we're out of chicken, we can just eat a lot of beef. And also, As Your Standard is where I get like my bulk orders of really good quality or mostly organic foods. I've been getting a lot of frozen vegetables there, some different kinds of meats, a lot of my grains and cheese, that kind of thing. And it's not quite a month every time, so the date is always getting a little shorter. It's probably 3 to 3.5 weeks. In December, when I was in Japan, Solo and the kids got another order that I never showed you. So that did help too. It kind of gave us some sour cream, and they didn't have cheese, once again, the cheese I like. But that really did help us have more food. I think they got a box of butter. I did the order. This huge bag of carrots, which I'm gonna use for some things. And then the sour cream we've been getting from them. So we have plenty to get through the month, which is great. I always, when we have extra butter, I buy a big box of butter every time. And we have extra, I freeze it, which it freezes well. So we got lots of that sitting around. This is some cream cheese. And there's a little more cream cheese up there. So we have a lot of this kind of stuff. We only have 4 blocks of this cheese left though, so we'll see. We'll run out of cheese. That's some leftovers too. So the one thing I don't skimp out on is our raw milk. We buy 7 gallons a week from a farm that's local, and that is expensive. So I have already spent $490 on our milk for January. So that's where my total, oh, actually, and on New Year's Day, I also went and got supplies to make lasagnas. I made 4 lasagnas just for all the people that were in the house that day. And so my parents are in town. I just wanted to have a nice New Year's meal and didn't want to use anything I had for some reason. So that was $23. So between the two, we are at $513 spent. Now I'm really hoping not to spend anything else or maybe very little else. So we'll see. I'll definitely update you at the end of the month. Yes, the raw milk is so expensive, but I do think, Solo and I think it's one of the best ways we spend our money in groceries. It's one of the best things that we eat, and we want our kids to have plenty of it when we're able to do that. So that wasn't really an option for us. We wanted to have the raw milk. So this freezer is full of the pork that we bought, but we've eaten through a lot of it. We bought a whole pig. This is actually a bag of salmon. That's some pork with some lunch meat, some frozen vegetables. It's kind of a mixed match. There's a bag of ice we had to get over the holidays, a little bit of lard that I have not rendered down yet, more frozen vegetables. These are some brats I got from As Your Standard, hot ones, and then cheese-filled ones that were very good. I will be buying those again. Some more frozen vegetables and a little more pork things that we will throw on the Traeger. Some bacon that's left. We're gonna be done with that pork very soon. And then these are a couple bags of broccoli. This is some fruits and vegetables. See, that we got a lot of berries and things. My kids do love to eat just bowls of fruit. Frozen fruit, and they'll also make smoothies out of it. So I think we'll be able to get a lot out of those first. We'll definitely use that before we're buying fruit. And then we have some frozen bread in there, some lunch meat, plenty of lunch meat. When we don't use it all, we just keep it frozen so that it's never going bad around here. When I buy it once a month, actually, I just put it all in the freezer and just take one out every week generally, but we don't always go through it in a week. These are tomatoes, fresh garden tomatoes. We can make some soups out of. This is the new beef you're seeing, the new half a cow. Lots of steaks, different kinds of steaks, T-bone, cube steaks, ribeye, round, I don't know, all the things. And some roasts, which I will show you in a video later this month. I'm going to make my own fast food and I will use some of that. So I'm excited to have it. We have some random things here, cream cheese that I freeze when we have too much, lunch meat, butter. There's some of that butter that I froze. So definitely won't run out of butter for the month. And then this is all like tallow or lard that I have frozen. So I think I learned recently you're not supposed to use metal jars or metal lids in the freezer. So I have to switch those out. And finally, the last freezer, we got some more butter, some more, oh, burnt lard. That's burnt lard. I don't know what I'm gonna use it for, but I couldn't make myself throw it away. You know, you learn through your mistakes. This is some random frozen vegetables, fruits and vegetables. Mostly there's one thing of stewed beef that we hadn't used last month when we bought a bunch of it. And then there's just ground beef, which we will go through that fast because we use 3 or, are they all in 1 pound? Yep. Oh, but it's double layer, so that's good. We use 3 or 4 pounds a meal here for our family that we're mostly feeding 12, but this month we have Judah back home. And then we have a few whole chickens. We actually have a couple of our own chickens from our yard still. And then I think we have, yeah, we have a few more whole chickens, but no more trays of chicken thighs or chicken breasts. This is vegetables. We got some fish. I think we actually have like 3 or 4 bags of fish. We need to eat some fish because we haven't eaten a lot of fish lately. And then some more fruits and vegetables down here. As you can see, we should have no problem buying very little when it comes to the fridge and freezer stuff, except cheese and chicken. Solo and I have been eating a lot of meat, just putting a lot more protein in our diets, and Luka loves to do that too. He's always lifting weights, and so we've been using those chicken thighs a lot in our, we have a new air fryer, which I'll show you soon in another video, but we've been just using those to make a quick lunch for ourselves or adding to our meal, so we're getting more meat. I've been feeling great adding more meat. I'm not restricting myself in any way, but adding more meat, and it's been working good. But that's how we went through. Last month we bought a big box of chicken thighs, all these trays. I think there were 8 or 10 big trays of chicken thighs, and we went through them all in a month because of that. So that's why I said we may end up getting one of those still. I forgot to show you like diapers, paper towel, toilet paper, all of those goodies. We have enough. We don't have a ton of diapers or pull-ups that my son uses at night, but I definitely think we won't run out. We have plenty of toilet paper and paper towels, that kind of thing. And the diapers we'll have to buy next month. I already have it on my list, but we'll definitely make it through the month. Finally, I brought you down to our pantry. As you can see, we have a lot of stuff here. We have plenty of food to get us through a long time. I really think we could live on what we have for 6 to 9 months with our large family, but I'm not quite sure about that. We got a lot of crackers here, some old cans of enchilada sauce. I just mean old because we haven't used them in this house at all. And these are all our chocolate chips. They go way back. Salsa, cans of tomatoes and things like that. We do have some applesauce left, pickles. There's a bunch of pickles back there. I'm not doing so much canola oil. I haven't bought that for a while. So we only have like 4 jars left of that, or not canola, that's coconut, sorry, we don't use canola. I've been replacing more and more of our coconut oil where we would use that with lard and tallow that we're making from the beef and pigs that we're buying, but this beef we were not able to get the tallow from it, so that's too bad. There are a few things I do like coconut oil for, but I'm still experimenting, so I'd like to stop buying that eventually, I think. I have Rotel boxes on the list for next month, but other than that, we have some corn there. We're doing pretty good. We've got a line of olive oil bottles, and we're getting more ketchup from Azure Standard next month because usually this thing is full of it. I do love this ketchup that they have. It's really clean. You can buy a lot of it there, and it tastes just like Heinz. I'm gonna stop buying mayonnaise. I stopped a while ago because we're gonna make our own now that we have farm fresh eggs. It's so easy to make. I used to make it back when I bought farm fresh eggs from another person. So we're gonna go back to that. So we've slowly eaten through that box. I do get maple syrup often, so we always have plenty of that. And then the peanut butter we started buying from Azure Standard. We have a big bucket here we haven't opened yet, but we need to open it so we know if we like it before we buy more. And upstairs in my other pantry, I have a lot of nuts and different things. Well, I could show you that, but this is all the home canned stuff. We have some cans that are empty or jars that are empty or jars of water here, but lots of beans, a lot of meat that we can up. So that's good and helpful. I noticed yesterday we only have 4 cans of coconut milk left, so that's already on my list for next month. And then originally we bought canned chicken from the store that we need to keep using too. So I guess we could get away with canned chicken. We do have a lot of home canned chicken too. And then up there we have some popsicles. We save those for summer. Some Annie's snacks and Annie's mac and cheese that we use here and there. So no big deal. I canceled my Amazon subscribe and save order, which is where I get a lot of that stuff. I canceled it for January. We don't need to bulk up in January on any of this stuff. All our Kenyan teas, we use these baking crumbles, and it's nice because they do last a long time on the shelf. My friend in Japan sent me some of these bottles because it's been hard to get here, so that's awesome. I love sriracha. I put it on everything, especially eggs. We got Worcestershire and soy sauce. I think we need to get more of that. I need to put that on my list for next month. Ginger, lots of ginger. We use a lot of ginger and garlic in our cooking. More tea and just more Worcestershire and dried beans. And then this is some ramen we bought a long time ago that we just kind of slowly go through, and more mac and cheese. We have just recently moved to our farm fully, and we realized when the other people were coming to move in that we had missed a whole cupboard full of tuna and salmon. So that's awesome to have. I knew it was over there, but yeah, we finally brought it over. Solo did not know, so when he went to clean out that house, I was like, don't forget, there's a cupboard above the fridge full of tuna and salmon. So now we can eat tuna and salmon. I haven't bought any because I didn't want to buy it when I knew we had it. Okay, back in this corner is my bulk grains. We have lots of oats. These are all full of oats. This is all, let's see, all-purpose flour with an extra bag here. We've got some beans, lots of beans. These are some beans too, different kinds of beans that we like to eat. We've got some wheat berries, red, I think that's all hard red wheat. We have white rice from here all the way down, so lots of that. What is that down there? Oh, brown rice, that's on my list to buy more of. And then these are all full. That's like powdered sugar, because we bought a lot of that at once. Durum wheat, which we're making noodles with, coconut sugar, and oats more. These are my empty ones that are on my list. Hard white wheat, brown rice, and white sugar. But we have plenty of white sugar because these are all full of white sugar. I didn't realize that, so we'll probably relabel this as something else. And then we have some freeze-dried food. We rarely use these, just to try them out and see if we like them before we buy more, basically, except the dried mangoes, which we've eaten most of. So everything we have 4 deep of, and I only buy them when they're 50% off on Amazon. We've liked everything we've tried, pretty much. That's just really emergency food, and we try to stay out of it. But yeah, we have hard white wheat there and soft white wheat there. And some more bags of rice, so we have plenty of that. And somebody threw their clothes, dirty clothes there. A little bit of noodles left. We've been making our own. Yeah, lots of stuff. Oh, dried chicken, freeze-dried chicken. We'll be saving that. A lot of these boxes are just filled with empty jars for canning. We probably won't make much of a dent down here, honestly, because it is really stocked up to last us months here. But like I said, I will give you updates on what we had to spend, what we decided to spend on. And yeah, bring you along. It's always good to challenge ourselves this way. We end up doing something with the money. Either we buy a whole cow with the money we saved, or we give the money away, or whatever. I'm not even sure what we're doing this month, but it's so great to spend money. We're really saving money because we're building a new house this month. We're very excited about saving as much as we can. Thank you guys for following along. If you're doing something like this, I would love to hear what your plan is, what your goals are, how long you're going for of trying not to shop at all. One day we won't have to buy the raw milk because our milk cows will be producing milk. One day, that's the dream. We're one step closer. Guys, we'll talk to you in the next video. Bye.